Now then, it's Carl from Studio Incar. Behind me is Bruce's Mercedes SL60 AMG. Now, if you're watching this video because you're an avid fan of sort of classic Mercedes and things like that, please excuse me. I know next to nothing about the SL60. I just know that it's a rare car, you know. Not what I expected Bruce to buy, if I'm honest. Bruce is a long-term customer of ours. He's had multiple things done over the years, and the one main thing he's had done with us was an extremely bold sort of show car with a very large system, large fabrication, a lot of one-off parts, a lot of billet parts, things like that. So this project for him is the polar opposite. So what we've done with this, the brief was that, you know, the car was an ex-concours car, and to be the same again, I think it's Bruce's plan. It has to be completely discrete. So, but we have to have a three-way sub, an amp, head unit, you know, all of the stuff that he's used to, just on a slightly smaller scale, and so, you know, so relatively sensible budget, but no overtness to the install whatsoever. You can't see a single thing. You can see the Blaupunkt Frankfurt head unit. Frankfurt is a bit more period correct for this unit rather than the Bremen for the E30s and classic Porsches of this world. So yeah, so we've used that unit in here. I'm going to show you around because there's some wicked touches to this install that is right up my street, this type of installation. So yeah, let's take a look and I'll explain as we go around. All right. So, first things first, head unit, as you can see there, and the sick phone as well, all in the old wood, grain. So yeah, that's the Blaupunkt Frankfurt head unit, so the more sort of 90s option. Now these grills had been retrimmed at some point. It had some sort of work done because the speakers were aftermarket in there, so they were a bit battered, they were all sort of frayed and pulled, so we've corrected that. We've pulled that fabric tight again and rebonded it, so we've done the best we can do with that grill cloth finish that's on there. I don't think it's stock, but these grills do take a fair sort of beating because they're metal, so you know, once they're sort of dented and beaten up, there's not really that much you can do about them other than replacing sort of new ones. So I understand why whoever the installer was at the time has done that. You can't see anything else in the front of the car, but what we have in here is the Miele Pro 6.5, the Miele Pro 3-inch mid-range, and then we have the Miele Pro tweeter in the factory location on the dash. So that's in that sort of grille section that you can see just here. All sort of discreet, you can't see a single thing. Now one of my favourite parts of this installation is the 10-inch sub, which is in the front footwell there, which you just wouldn't know, okay? You can very comfortably get yourself in here. My legs there are almost straight. You know, you've got tons of space. And then down in the actual footwell itself, behind the OEM carpet, you have your 10-inch Audison subwoofer. If I can just give you a good shot there. So that sits in the OEM front footwell, completely discreet. It's spaced back so that we can, excuse this camera work, my gimbal is really playing up, so when I press up it goes down. It's all sorts of knackered, but the subwoofer is spaced back from the box so it doesn't interfere with the carpet, and then the OEM carpet sits directly on top of it, and then you're back to it being completely standard like so. That's the first, whoa, extreme close up. that's the first of a few really tidy touches in this car. Let's take a quick look at my favourite one. Now this is going to be quite tricky for me to show you with one hand. I'll try and bring you in here and see. So we have our completely OEM boot here. This panel here is like it's just got these little elastic straps. I'm pretty sure it's something to do with the sort of wind deflector there, but I don't really know. It's just got a little bit of space behind it, so it's just empty. Without that in there, the boot's a fair bit bigger. So yeah, but nothing you can see here in terms of the stereo until we get to the CD changer. So we pop the CD changer out. Now, as you know, we've got a Blaupunk Frankfurt up there, up front, so we have no need for a CD changer. To keep this completely discreet, what we decided to do was remove the internals of the CD changer and place in our 8-channel DSP amplifier, which is just completely and utterly discreet. You can see the loom down there, which is behind the OEM panel. This goes in like such, and that locks into place, which is near on impossible to do with one hand. And then you just don't know it was there. That is easily my favourite modification of 2023 so far. I absolutely love that. You just wouldn't know it was there. So if Bruce were to use it for any sort of concourse competition or anything like that, he could have this full system in here and no one would ever really know, you know? Absolutely mustard. And it sounds wicked too. So that's Bruce's SL60 AMG. I hope you can be as enthusiastic about it as I am with some of the touches that have been made in here and the fact that it sounds wicked. You know, the bongo track is an old track, is in mono, so it's probably not the best to get across how it sounds, but that bongo, it sounds lovely. Yeah, I mean, you know, any car really, you can do discrete stuff too with the right mindset and the right strategy and skill. So it can be a brand new car, it can be an old car, but challenge us to hide something in a place and chances are we can do it within reason. So yeah, any car, get in touch if you like what you see here, if you like our sound and the fact that we can put it in the video. It doesn't do well for our YouTube, but it does do well for getting the point across. So yeah, likes and subscribes as well. I don't ask, but usually. But yeah, they do help the channel. All contact details and everything is down below. If not, it's in our sort of header anyway. So yeah, get in touch. I'm Carl. This is Studio Incar, and this is Bruce's SL60 AMG. What thing?